Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you are one of the people who wish to work abroad, this channel we share information about how to migrate into UK and other parts of the world as a nurse or any other profession. So today we are going to talk on how to become a nurse in New Zealand. Well, take your pen, take your notepad, and let's dive into today's business. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mboi. I work and live in United Kingdom, Wales. I'm a nurse by profession, and who knows, I might be working in New Zealand soon. So let's get into today's business. We are going to talk about how to register with the Nursing Council of New Zealand and the process to follow until you are fully registered and start working in New Zealand as a registered nurse. You might be a registered nurse or you might work as an enrolled nurse. So it depends on your qualification really. So on the 1st of July 2024, the New Zealand Nursing Council implemented a self-assessment tool which will determine whether you are going to be eligible or you are not eligible. So in this self-assessment tool, you will be able to know immediately whether you are eligible or you are not eligible. There are two steps that you need to follow before you can be fully registered with the Nursing Council of New Zealand. The first step is to verify all your documents that they are authentic, and also to verify whether the qualification that you have is equivalent to the qualification of a regular nurse in New Zealand. So the first thing that you need to make sure that you have, they want two identity documents. The first one should be a valid passport, and then the second one could be your national identity card or your driver's license, or it might also be your marriage certificate, change of name affidavit, and so on and so forth. Those that have your names that are identical to those that appear on your certificates and those that appear on your passport. If your names on the certificate do not match the ones that appear on your passport, you should have a marriage certificate or you should have a Home Affairs change of name affidavit. Those are the documents that would verify your identity, and then they will also assess whether the qualification that you hold from your home country or wherever you studied nursing is equivalent to nursing in New Zealand. And another thing that they are going to verify is the English language proficiency, and there are two tests that are allowed, which is IELTS academic and OET for nurses. If you are a nurse and you are already working as a nurse in UK, Canada, US, you can be able to be exempted in writing English language proficiency, provided you used your OET results to register with the current nursing council that you are with. If you are in the UK and when you applied with the NMC, you used OET results and IELTS result, not any other means of English proficiency, you can be exempted by the Nursing Council of New Zealand for sitting for a test. They will use your previous English language evidence that you produced to the current Nursing Council that you are with. Meaning, if you have used OET and IELTS to register with United Kingdom, then they can use the same test results to prove your evidence with Nursing Council of New Zealand. So nurses who are in UK who are willing to migrate and work in New Zealand, because things are going south in UK and maybe we will be moving towards New Zealand. Now we are exempted by the Nursing Council of New Zealand into writing another English language proficiency test. So that's the good part about it. And the other document that they are going to verify is your registration with the Nursing Council in your country or wherever you are practicing at the moment. So if you are a nurse in UK like myself and you have been trained outside the UK, they are going to verify your license with your original nursing council, and they are also going to verify your practice license with the current nursing council that you are with. Even if you are not active with your previous nursing council, at least you need to have an active registration with one nursing council. So let's say if I worked in Lesotho, I also worked in South Africa, and then now in United Kingdom, I should have at least one active nursing registration. It does not necessarily mean I should have active registration with my original nursing council. So that is the other thing that they are going to verify. The last thing that they will be verifying is the experience. You need to at least have 1,800 hours of experience post your qualification. If you don't have that, then your assessment by the CGFNS will not be sent to the nursing council. So you will have to compile all these things that I have mentioned. So if we go through all the documents that are needed for you to submit to CGFNS, you need to have your identity documents, 2 identity documents, evidence of English language proficiency, at least 1 active license, practicing license, 1,800 practice hours post your qualification, and your certificates. After you have submitted all those documents, you pay for the service, and then they will start processing the authenticity of all your documents. After they have completed all those, they will send you the feedback, and then they will ask you to sign it off so that they can be able to send the results to the Nursing Council of New Zealand. That is when you will be able to start the application of becoming the registered nurse in New Zealand. So the outcome of the CGFNS, that's the one that would be sent by them to the nursing council. You are not the one to send it. So after CGFNS have completed the assessment, then you are done with the first step. Now the second step is applying to the Nursing Council of New Zealand. When you start the application, there are 2 courses that you need to complete before you can proceed to the next step. These 2 courses are going to introduce you to culturally safe practices, nursing practices in New Zealand. Once you've completed those courses, then you can go ahead with the following steps. And let's go ahead into the New Zealand Nursing Council website and see what you are expected to do following the CGFNS and completion of 2 courses. So let's go ahead and check it out. So after you have Googled, this is the page that you will come across. I Googled register as a nurse in New Zealand. So this is the official Nursing Council website. So if you are a registered nurse and you have been trained from the outside of New Zealand, you should be having a current registration with any overseas regulatory authority, or you should have successfully completed a nursing program that is in Nursing Council's opinion equivalent to satisfactory as a bachelor's degree program in nursing at level 7, which is New Zealand qualification, or you must successfully have completed a graduate pre-registration nursing program, and also you should also have successfully completed a postgraduate pre-registration nursing program, or you should have at least 2 years post-registration nursing practice as a registered nurse with at least 2,500 hours within the 5 years immediately preceding the date of the application. Or lastly, at the direction of the Nursing Council, you should have successfully completed the Nursing Council Competency Assessment Program, which could be OSCE and CBT. So those are the qualifications that are needed by the Nursing Council. Now, if you proceed on into the page, you will also come across this. This I have mentioned on the video on the earlier minutes. These are the documents that will be needed by the CGFNS before you can start the registration process. And then step 2, this is the application. Now, all nurses must complete 2 free online courses, like we said. Then there are fitness to practice checks. All nurses are required to undergo criminal history check. And on the later stage, you will be going through competence assessment, either through CBT or OSCE. Well, it's not O, it's CBT and OSCE. All these things are payable, but before you go through all this, you can take a self-assessment tool that will give you a direction as to whether you are eligible to be a nurse in New Zealand or not. Alright, even on the website there is this section where they are talking about employment, and it says the council has no role in the recruitment or employment of internationally qualified nurses. However, you are encouraged to explore employment opportunities prior to applying for registration. If you have a confirmed employment as a nurse in New Zealand, and that means a written offer from an employer, not a verbal offer, and are waiting for your registration to be processed, you can email them. This means it might give you sort of guarantee that your application will be accepted. However, this is nice. They are showing you that you can seek employment while you are still on the process of registration. So if we check this employment section, if you click on it, it will give you this page which is called Kiwi Health Jobs. In this website there are so many jobs that I have seen. I went through this and it's really helpful. So if you are a nurse, you see there are 1042 jobs that are already found here. So mental health clinical work, clinical nurse coordinator, social worker, newborn sonographer, enrolled nurse, registered mental health professional, consultant. If you load more, it goes on and on and on and on. So this shows that New Zealand is really looking for health professionals, but specifically nurses. That's what we are interested in. If we click on this one, let's say, it will give you details. It also is written in the home language, so it will give you details of the name, the location, the department, the term of contract, roles and skills and expertise needed, why you should choose them, their values, and how to apply. You are also even given an opportunity to ask questions down there. If you look into how to apply, there is for further information on this role, please contact vacancy at that. So it shows that you can actually do these things, secure a job before even getting a full registration with the Nursing Council. So Why don't we try this, my love? This. Why don't we try this? So, like you have seen on the website, that's what you are going to do. Once you've completed those steps, the processing might take about 5 months if you have sent all necessary documents to the nursing council and you have sent the third party institutions like your school, your previous employer, the police clearance have all been sent, then the processing might be within 5 months. Okay, there are costs involved. Now, the costs that you are going to incur in the whole process, the first one is the CGFNS cost, which you are going to pay about $300, and the second cost you are going to pay for international criminal check, which will cost you 159 Australian dollars, and then you are going to also take CBT. If you have to take CBT, you will be paying 140 New Zealand dollars, and then you will be going through OSCE if you have to, because there are other nurses that will not go through this too, CBT and OSCE. So if you are going for OSCE, you are going to pay for orientation into OSCE, which is going to take two days to complete. It's going to cost you 500 New Zealand dollars, and then the test itself will cost you 3,000 New Zealand dollars. And then lastly, when all those things have been done and you passed your CBT, you've passed your OSCE, now to pay for the registration for your license, you're going to pay 485 New Zealand dollars to the Nursing Council of New Zealand, and then you will be fully registered as a nurse, registered nurse in New Zealand, and you will appear on the New Zealand register. That's how short or how long the registration is. Now, tell me, do you think you want to take this route and become a registered nurse in New Zealand, or do you want to become a nurse in United Kingdom? Because UK is still recruiting nurses, but the competition is very high. There are so many nurses in my country, in Lesotho, those that have completed OSCE and they have done the CBT for they have started the registration process with NMC. But for those that have not started yet, because there is a very long backlog of nurses who have started the process, well, if you want to work abroad, why don't you look somewhere else like New Zealand? It's also very nice to know that there are agencies that are willing to help you get interviews. So there is one agency that I contacted. It's in South Africa. This agency, they have the office in South Africa, and they said they recruit nurses for South Africa. They also recruit nurses for New Zealand. This means if you have completed all this, you can be able to talk to an agent and they will be able to help you find the job. But you can also be to guarantee you following this process that you will have a job. You are allowed to apply for a job even before you are registered, and then talk to your employers that you are now going to process the application with CGFNS and Nursing Council of New Zealand. So you can start first by looking for a job. After you are guaranteed that you have a job application, you have a job offer, you can now start with the registration, rather than starting with the registration and then stranded afterwards. Because this is what is happening with the nurses who have started the process with the United Kingdom, and then the red list is there, it's blocking everything, and the competition is very high, because by far United Kingdom's process to become a nurse in UK is way easier than any other country. So my people, this is what I wanted you to know. So I am going to show you the agent that I contacted. I'll show you on my screen now, and the email they sent me after I inquired about whether they recruit for South Africa or whether they recruit only South African nationals. So they responded like within a day, and they said they recruit for South Africa and New Zealand. So let's just swiftly change our direction because it's really hard to come in UK now. There are still people who are still coming in this country, like they are coming. There are many that I have heard of. Some have contacted me, I've just seen that they are here when they are added in the groups where I am. So there are still people who are coming over, but it's very, very hard. This is what I wanted to share to you today, my people. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share the video with anyone who you think will benefit on this information. And I'll see you in my